Hello everybody and welcome back to the Shadow Legion. I'm your host, The Shadow, of course. Now today we're going to be talking about the actress Paget Brewster. Now she is best recognised for her role as Special Agent Emily Prentiss on Criminal Minds, but she had been kicking around Hollywood for almost a decade before she even landed the role. Even though she has a career that spans almost 20 years, not a whole lot is known about her. So let's get to know the actress better with these top 5 interesting facts about Paget Brewster. And at number 5, we have a major hair disaster on the set of the TV show Friends.
Oh my God.
Now, her first job in Hollywood was a character called Kathy on the hit TV show Friends. Her character is best known for having dated Chandler after having dated Joey. And although this might seem like a big deal because, let's be honest, it is, according to her, soon after landing the job, she was convinced that she was going to lose it. Well, she is quoted as saying, "I had a black bob, and when I got the role on Friends, I started rehearsing that week. And then the hair people cut all my hair off and dyed it red. In fact, it took 6 hours to dye it all red. And then when Kevin Bright and Martha Kaufman and David Crane came down to watch the first day, Kevin Bright started screaming, 'I hired her because she had a black bob, you can't do this.' And as he's screaming at the hair guys, I just went upstairs, I put my magazines in my bag, and I just sat and waited thinking, I've just lost the best job I've ever gotten." Now that is a mouthful, but it's not finished. And then Kevin Bright came into the room and he said to me, "I didn't hire you because of your hair. I just can't have them making changes without them telling me." So she was never actually at risk of losing her job. It's just that Kevin Bright and the hair department aren't really on the same page. At number 4, she was actually a photographer and a sex columnist. Now, she was a photographer for a site called suicidegirls.com, which features nude and scantily clad women, and she even wrote a sex advice column. Now, she wrote a lot of columns about the adult industry, about sex in general, and a lot of things like that. But one of the funniest stories she wrote was about an adult store that sold a blow-up doll of a grandmother. Now, when she first wrote this story, she's actually quoted as saying, "Ew." But then later on she says, "But then part of me supports it. It's not ageist. At least someone can be attracted to an older woman in Hollywood." Now, I don't know if she's taking a shot at the Hollywood scene or persona in general, or she's just making a joke. But, you know, I'm not into that kind of thing. But if you're into it, more power to you. And at number 3, she had a stalker.
What?
Now, before the television actress landed her role as Special Agent Emily Prentiss on Criminal Minds, she had already educated herself on serial killers and their methods because she had actually had a stalker. In fact, she told Entertainment Weekly, "I had a stalker problem in San Francisco about 11 years ago. I read everything about stalking, sexual sadism, and serial killers. It can make me a little paranoid, but it's fascinating." Now, I don't know the particular outcome of this event. There was no major news articles or anything like that, so I'm assuming the stalker just either got bored or moved on to someone else. But if you're becoming paranoid about your particular stalker, I would not go back through history and read about all the terrible things that the really bad stalkers have done to people. It might turn you into a crazy person. And at number 2, we have The Paget Show. Yes, that's right. The Criminal Minds star managed to secure a gig as a late-night talk show host in San Francisco back in 1994 on a show called The Paget Show. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Now, how she actually landed the role for this show is actually an interesting story. She told AV Club that I had been doing a public access cable show called Strange America, and I was bartending at a bar called the Slow Club, and a guy hung out at my bar because he lived around the corner and he was a manager. So I said, "Manage me," you know, as anyone normally would. And I just kept bugging him to manage me as I was going to acting school at Actors Lab in San Francisco, and I think I polled him with a lot of martinis and free French fries, and he said, "Okay, I'll send you on 3 auditions." But I didn't understand that he represented on-air talent like anchor people, correspondents, and journalists. So I went on 3 auditions to host stuff, and I got the pilot to host a show. For all you people out there in Hollywood or looking to get into the movie business or the TV business, all you got to do is find a particular manager and plow him with free drinks and free French fries. Now, I don't know if this is the normal way for someone to get into the entertainment business or it's just a really weird way, but she goes on to say, I had no intention of hosting a show. I just made a video of me supermarket juggling, I think, and interviewing people in the street because I had nothing to lose. I was 24 years old, maybe 25, and I was like, well, why not? And I got the show. And I think this is a lesson that we can all take from this. Just because you weren't planning on doing something or that maybe scares you, just give it a crack. You never know, it might lead to something bigger. And at number 1, this is probably the one that you guys have been waiting for the most. It's the Criminal Minds scandal. Now, Paget Brewster joined the cast of Criminal Minds in Season 2 as Special Agent Emily Prentiss, but was fired during the 6th season along with AJ Cook as part of a cost-cutting measure. Now, due to massive fan complaints, they were both rehired the following season. In February 2012, however, she actually announced that she would be leaving the show. According to her, she never really got over being unceremoniously fired, quoted as having said, I never got over it. When AJ and I were fired, that was really tough emotionally for everyone on the show. And when I was asked to leave, I left. Then they made me come back, and I did it and I decided to enjoy it. After all, it was only 1 year. Now, as strange as that may seem, she seems to have gotten over it because as of 2016, she has actually joined the show again as a regular series member for its 12th season. And that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look at some interesting and maybe some facts that you didn't know about the actress Paget Brewster. Now, as you can probably tell from my channel, I'm a big Criminal Minds fan. I mean, even though the show is getting on, it's becoming more and more terrible as the episodes go on. I'm still a fan. I'm thinking about doing a few more cast members in some countdown videos. So if you have any suggestions of which ones you want to see, leave that in the comment section down below. If there is any idea of any particular countdown video that you want to see, leave that in the comment section down below as well. I read all your comments. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter or my social medias. Those are linked in the description. And as always, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button so you don't miss a single notification from the Shadow Legion. We upload a new video here every 2 weeks, and that is when I hope to see you guys next week. Not next week, the week after that, next fortnight, with a brand new video. See you next time.